Hello everyone, welcome to May's episode of Scotland Shop On the Sofa. Today we're going to be chatting about all things Clan MacKinnon. From stories of medieval princes and historic battles to dramatic ruins and famous modern clan members who are making a mark all around the world.
We love exploring all things clan related here at Scotland Shop and discovering the stories and the traditions that lie behind the tartans. We also love hearing from you to find out your links to the clans that we have chosen as Clan of the Month, so please get in touch if there's anything you'd like to know or any extra information you have that we've forgotten to mention. Also, we're always looking for suggestions for which clan we should focus on next, so let us know who you'd like to see featured in the future.
Back to Clan MacKinnon. So let's begin with the origins of the clan. Tradition gives Clan MacKinnon a Dalriadic Gaelic origin, which means that the clan can trace itself back to the Kingdom of Dalriada. This is an early medieval kingdom that encompassed the western part of Scotland and northeastern Ireland. At its height, it covered what is now Argyll and the part of County Antrim. Dalriada expanded and eventually became associated with the Gaelic kingdom of Alba, which was the kingdom of Scotland between the years of 900 and 1286.
As with all clans, there are several septs associated with MacKinnon. These include Love, MacKinnon, MacMorrin, Sherry, MacKinvin and MacSherry. So if you have a link to these names, then you claim association with the clan too.
This clan is one of 7 clans of Seal Applin, meaning that the clans can trace their roots back to Alpin, who was king of Dalriada and father of Kenneth I, who was the first king of Alba, considered the founder of Scotland. Specifically, the MacKinnons are descendant of Alpin's third son, Prince Gregor. The MacKinnons' ancient slogan, Cumnich Bas Albin, which translates to "Remember the death of Alpin," refers to the connection to the royal line. Alpin was slain by Bruk, king of the Picts, in 837. Interestingly, the link between the 7 clans of Seal Applin is represented in the clan badges, which are all Scots pine.
But what about the clan's name? MacKinnon is Mac Fionwin in Gaelic. In fact, the English name only came into use in the 18th century, and the name is a further hint at their royal origin and their links to the family line of Alpin. Alpin's great-grandson, Findanus and Fingwin, was the 4th MacKinnon chief, and he gave the clan its name. He was responsible for establishing the clan's position in the Inner Hebrides, which became their heartlands, seizing the estate of Tobermory on the Isle of Mull for the clan, and also some sources say that he claimed Dunachan Castle on the Isle of Skye, which is also known as Castile Meoll.
Dunachan Castle has a fascinating early history, including a Norse princess, one of the best names that I think we have ever come across during our clan research, Saucy Mary. Saucy Mary was a Norse princess who is alleged to have owned the castle, a broch that commanded the narrow sound between Skye and the mainland. Legend says that she regulated sea traffic through the Isle of Skye, using the iron chain that was stretched across the sea. By doing this, she could levy a toll on all passing ships except those in her own country. When she died, she is said to have been buried west of Broadford, under a cairn with her face pointing towards her native land. The death of Mary wasn't the end of the Norse connections with the castle. King Haakon IV of Norway assembled his fleet of longships beneath the castle before 1263's Battle of Largs.
One legendary story is that Saucy Mary married Findanus around the year 900, and that marked the moment when the castle passed into clan hands. However, sadly, this isn't supported by the historical sources. The tower on the site that was built by the Lords of the Isles during the 15th century and wasn't acquired by the MacKinnons until the 16th century, long after the demise of the legendary princess. It was never a permanent home of the MacKinnon chiefs, but was used as a temporary shelter. The castle was destroyed by fire. Debates continue about whether this was an accident or an act of war on the part of the cavalry, troops sent by Cromwell to the Kyle in 1652. After this, the site became known as Castile Meoll, which means the bald or roofless castle. During the 20th century, the castle suffered more damage at the hands of storms. Today, the site is an imposing ruin.
Another site on the Isle of Skye with links to the clan is Dunringle, known as Castle Findanus. The castle was the first MacKinnon home on the island and is widely considered to the ancestral home of the clan. The castle was constructed on the site of an Iron Age broch, modified during the medieval period into a clan residence with surrounding village. The modification included adding defences in the form of a parapet and thickening the walls, as well as making it a more comfortable place to live, with the addition of domestic residential buildings. The stronghold was a clan chief's home up until the middle of the 16th century, when the MacKinnons moved to Kilmorey. Today it survives in the form of a stacked stone ruin overlooking the water.
As well as these castles, the MacKinnons also controlled the lands of Strath on Skye, a farm called Slidery on Arran, and a district on the north of Mull. It is said that the lands on Skye were given to the clan in the aftermath of Robert the Bruce's victory at Bannockburn, as the MacKinnons on Arran had sheltered him during his time as a fugitive. The MacKinnons played a part in the flowering of Gaelic arts, literature and trade, and supported the development of the Kingdom of the Isles to the Lordship of the Isles as respected members of the Council of the Isles.
The clan also have a long connection with the Isle of Iona. Their links with its monastic establishment and its founder, St. Columba, is reflected in the fact that the MacKinnon arms bear the hand of the saint holding the cross. One branch of the family held the position of the hereditary abbots of Columba's monastery on the island for several generations. One such abbot was Fingon, who started his life as a master of the household to the Lord of the Isles. Before taking up the position, Fingon was known as the Green Abbot. A powerful churchman and allegedly a tyrant who had several concubines, wasted the goods of the abbey and used it as endowments for dowries for his daughters. Fingon was also supported the rebellion against the Lord of the Isles at the turn of the 15th century. The last hereditary abbot was John MacKinnon, who died around 1500.
Another notable churchman associated with the clan was Neil MacKinnon, the first Protestant minister on the Isle of Skye. The eldest son of John Og MacKinnon, who was likely the brother of clan chief Sir Lachlan MacKinnon. He was first appointed the Episcopalian minister of Strath in 1627 and later took charge of the church at Sleat. It is said that, as a child, MacKinnon's life was in danger, and as a result he spent some time hiding in a cave. The cave has been known ever since as Sloch Altraman, the nursing cave. MacKinnon was notable for preaching in full Highland dress and never entering the pulpit without being fully armed.
No deep dive into a Scottish clan would be complete without touching on their alliances and conflicts with other clans. At various times the clans were allies or at war with neighbouring clans, including MacLeans and MacDonalds. The MacLeans were particularly long-running rivals of the MacKinnons. One episode in this saw the MacLeans seize MacKinnon lands on Mull, whilst the MacKinnon chief was visiting in Skye. Upon learning about this, he gathered his men and discovered that the MacLeans were celebrating their seizure with a great feast of Lidag. The MacKinnons decided to exploit the drunken state of their rivals and cut and trimmed several fir trees which they planted around the hall. The chief himself placed one in front of the door, along with a naked sword. The next morning, when the hungover MacLeans woke up, they realised that they were surrounded by fir trees, the plant badge of Clan MacKinnon. They also realised that they could have been in the position the MacKinnons could have chosen to slaughter them. As a result, promptly withdrew from the MacKinnon lands.
Since the late 15th century, the Scottish kings had been working to undermine the power of the island chiefs. James VI sent a representative to Mull to propose his plan for government to the chiefs, and when they disagreed, he seized the chiefs and imprisoned them on the mainland. In 1609, Chief Lachlan MacKinnon and the other chiefs were forced to subscribe to the Statutes of Iona, which placed restrictions on their power. They were banned from carrying firearms, and English became the language of chiefly rule. However, the first MacKinnons supported the Stuart kings for the first time during the civil wars of 1640s. They later lent their support to the Jacobites. Elderly clan chief Ian Og helped Bonnie Prince Charlie escape in the aftermath of the Battle of Culloden, sending his gallery to take the prince to Mallaig. En route, they managed to avoid 2 government warships. Although it ended in Charles' successful escape to France, it didn't end so well for Ian Og. On his return journey, he was captured and incarcerated in a prison ship for 2 years. Ian Og is buried in the graveyard at Kilmorey, a village and house that became the home of the Chief of Skye after they moved from nearby Castle Findanus in search of a more comfortable residence. We know that after he was released from jail, he fathered 3 children, an impressive fact as he was already 71 on his release.
Their support of the Jacobites impacted Clan MacKinnon in the longer term too. The period following the failure of the risings saw the clan reduced to poverty. Unable to pay debts and placed under royal pressure, the clan chief was forced to sell their lands. The last of the MacKinnon's patrimony was sold off in 1791. The clan was now living on land owned by others, and many of its leaders emigrated from Scotland to search for better lives. After more than 1,000 years in the Hebrides, the end of the 18th century, the MacKinnons were scattered across the globe.
There is no better example of the international nature of the 21st century Clan MacKinnon than its current chief, Madame Anne Gunhild MacKinnon of MacKinnon. Anne is the 38th and first female clan chief and took up the role in 1980. Anne is a member of the Antigua branch of the family. The original chiefly line died out in 1808. In 1811, William MacKinnon, MP for Dunwich in England, matriculated arms in the Lion Court showing his descent from Daniel, second son of Chief Sir Lachlan More, who had emigrated to Antigua after a quarrel with his father. Anne is William's granddaughter.
Other famous MacKinnons also hint at the international scope of the clan since the late 1700s. From Australian journalist Leila McKinnon to Kate McKinnon Berthold, an American actress and comedian with a starring role in the upcoming Barbie movie. You can find MacKinnons on screen wherever you are. The MacKinnon family are also a notable dynasty in New Zealand, with Walter MacKinnon and his 4 sons holding leading positions within the military, politics, academia, and education in the country. You can find out more about these notable clan members and about some of the impressive locations associated with the Clan MacKinnon in our Tartan blog.
If you're thinking about discovering more about the clan or perhaps exploring your own MacKinnon roots, then you're in luck. The MacKinnon Society was founded in Scotland in 1891, existing there until 1975. In 1980, the society was reconstituted in the USA. Its current headquarters are in Michigan, and it has a focus on educational activities, community bonding among members and with other clan associations, and on the propagation of the clan's history and traditions to clan members and those with interest in the clan anywhere in the world. You can find out more about their activities and get involved on their website.
We also spoke to Carl Jongen, who is part of the Clan MacKinnon Society last week, so you can go and check out that video too. A final word on our favourite topic, tartans. The MacKinnon hunting tartan was registered with the Lion Court in 1960, and it is based upon the MacKinnon tartan found in Visterium Scotium in the 19th century publication of Dubious Origin, which claims to recount the 15th century clan tartans found in Scotland, but is commonly believed to be a forgery. What is certain, however, is that if you're looking for a way to showcase your affinity to the Clan MacKinnon today, there are a range of tartans to choose from. So we have the hunting modern here, and we have the red modern, and there's also red ancient and hunting ancient available.
That's all we have time for today, but I hope you have enjoyed taking a trip with us through the people, places and stories of Clan MacKinnon. Remember to follow our social media and sign up for our newsletter to stay updated with our future Clans of the Month, and to keep an eye out for our MacKinnon quiz where you can showcase your newfound knowledge on this historical clan.